All right, they're going to pick up the pucks, it looks like, and we're going to get started here shortly. Junior Lancers taking on the Minnesota Walleye. Final game for the weekend. Looks like Vinny D'Augusto is going to be in net. Injury report looks like Carter is out for the game. Carter Vaughn. Bobby Lee has his veterans jersey on, though, to avoid confusion there. Coach Kinder talking to him a little bit more for just joining us for the weekend. The boys just behind the team last night and the first game yesterday afternoon. Both lost by 2, but hung on to them pretty well throughout the game. So seeing some good things happening here, especially some of these kids are first-timers up to the varsity level. Coming out, we're going to have Lee, Edwards, Evans, Crinklaw, and Elkins for the Junior Lancers. Looks like Evans going to take the drop. Puck drop, kick back, picked up by the Walleye in their own territory. Sending that back to the left side. Picked up on the wall. He's going to skate in front of his net. Try to pass it and get it clear. Does. Gets it back, but he's going to take it back into their own territory. Looks like the Walleye trying to set something up here, as they're going to come out of their zone. Back into Omaha territory as Elkins gets a stick on it. Lee deflects. Trying to pass in front of the net and snuck one in right away. And Omaha down. 16:34 left in the first period by 1. Bianchetti, Samard, Severa, Marble, and Pruce out for Omaha. Picked up by the Walleye, taking it back into their zone again. Pass and clear, comes out into the near side of Omaha. Good job by Bianchetti on the back check as they come over to the near side. Samard trying to lay a hit, but knocked down by Pruce, picked up by the Walleye, sends that to the far side. Severa with a poke check, gets it over to Marble. Marble on the near side. Pruce holding on to it, trying to get high. Gets the clear. Is Bianchetti going to take it into the Walleye zone, back into their territory on the near side. Takes a shot, deflected high by the goaltender. Puck on the far side, picked up by the Walleye, coming out of the zone. As Samard lays a hit, knocks the stick out of his hand with it. On the near side, picked up by Bruce in front of the net. Bruce going to bring it out of the zone, gets it off the wall, picked up by Samard, kicks it over as Bianchetti was trying to grab it and picked up by the Walleye in the near corner. Walleye's take it behind their own net over to the far side. Going to get it out of the zone. Samard going after it on the near. Poke check by Bruce, picked up by Severa. Severa bringing it out of Omaha's territory. On the near side, picked up by Bruce. Bruce trying to get over the blue line as they're poke checking a little back and forth. And Omaha's going to go in for a change. As Holder going over to the left side, trying to hold it in play for Omaha. Walleye get the clear as they come back into the zone. And a poke check as Zach was on him, and a poke check by Edwards holds away from him, but they still get it in front of the net. And grabbed by Holder. Sorry, check that. Zach, as it goes over the far side, and Omaha gets called for icing on that one. Just a little bit ahead of the red line. Lee Edwards on D. Holder, Zach, and Busher up front. Back to the Omaha side, 15 minutes left in the period. Busher looks like he's going to take drop. Puck drop, deflected to the far side, picked up by the Walleye. Walleye trying to skate in front, gets across, deflected far side. Get on top on the wall, picked up by the Walleye in the corner and grabbed by Edwards. He's going to get it cleared. Picked up right at the red line by the Walleye. Zach laying a hit. Goes over to the near side, picked up by Holder. Takes it back into the Walleye zone. Walleye brings it over to the near side in their territory. Poke check back into the corner. Forced to take it up center to the far side. Past at neutral. Lee gets a poke check. Holds on to it on the far side of Omaha. Trying to get it off the wall. Gets that one over to Elkins. So Omaha's got it on the wall. Lee trying to hit that one over to Crinklaw. Poke check, though. Gets it over across. Picked up by Edwards. Passing over to Crinklaw. Forces it behind the net of the Walleye. It's Minnesota trying to bring it on the near side in their own territory. Pass across the net. Deflected high. As Westman trying to run it. Gets a back check by Bruce. And Omaha sends it over to the far side in their territory. Trying to get it cleared. And they take a shot. Goes wide. Deflected. Westman going after it on the wall. Poke check back behind the net, though. Bruce grabbing it behind the net of Omaha. He's going to try to bring it out. As he comes forward onto the near side. They almost tripped him up on that one. Passes it over the net. Picked up right away, though. To the far side. Picked up by the Walleye. Taking it on far side of Omaha. Westman with a poke check. Slows him down. Separates. Grabbed by Evans. Evans going to bring it out. He's passing across. Trying to hit Elkins. On the far side of the Walleye. As the Fish trying to hold on to it and clear it out of their zone. Able to get it out of the zone. Sends it across onto the near. Come back into Omaha side. Takes a shot. Deflected. I think Westman's stick got that one. High sticking called. Nope. Check that. Was going to call it. As he had back over to the Fish side. Comes onto the near. Walleye trying to hold it in neutral. Omaha sends it over. Crinklaw coming in. Takes a shot. Deflected high by the goaltender. Puck still loose. Bianchetti was trying to get it. Had a man on him. Forced it over to the far corner. Grabbed by the Walleye. Holding on to it. Going to get a clear. Good stick, though, by Lee. Gets it back across to Crinklaw. Crinklaw over the blue line. They send it back over again as Edwards going to try to shovel it over, but Omaha forced to reset on that one. They sail it around to Lee, though. Lee at the blue line takes it back over into the Walleye's territory. Lee grabs a hold of it. Looking to pass. Gets it across on the wall to Edwards. Edwards takes a shot. Low. Deflected by the goaltender. Over to the near. Picked up by the Walleye and brings it on in front of their net. Poke check almost to the goaltender. Picked up by the wall again. Takes it behind their net to the far side. Crinklaw trying to stay on him. Gets some help from Severa. To Lee. Lee on the wall. Holding on to it. Gets tripped up and maintains the control of the puck. Sends it back. Hits Simard at the blue line. Simard takes a shot. Low. Covered by the goaltender on that one. 11:53 left in the period. Change on the line is Busher, Zach, Thomas, Lee, and Edwards out. Busher's going to take drop. Puck deflected over to the far side. Picked up by the Walleye. Brings it over the near. Thomas gets it on the near corner. Trying to send it back. Pass in front of the net. Grabbed by Lee. Takes a shot. Deflected near side in the corner. Picked up. Omaha trying to get it behind the net now. Comes back into the near corner. Still trying to get it. Nobody's puck right now. Comes over to the near side wall. Thomas reaches out. Goes back behind the net. Over to the far side. Picked up as Zach trying to get it. Walleyes grab it in the corner. Forced to take it behind the net. Trying to pass. Oh, nope. Check that. He's going to send it back to the far. Trying to hold on to that one as Thomas trying to get it against the wall. Going after his own pass on that one. Kicks it back to Lee. Couldn't quite get a stick on that one. Evan was coming in, though. Deflected over the near as Edwards trying to bring it back into the zone. He buries that one deep as Omaha was trying to get a line change in at that point. As Elkins going after it on the far side. Picked up by the Fish, taking it back into Omaha territory. Grabbed by Lee. Nice grab. Lee looks like he's going to bring it out of the zone. Taking it back over to the near side. Grabbed by Evans as they were trying to lay a hit on him. Lee took the brunt of that one. On the far side, Krinkla was trying to get it. They deflect, take it back over the blue line. Neutral territory, pass it across. Goes over to the far, Marble going in behind the Omaha net. Marble trying to send that back over, but picked up right away by the Fish. Right in front of the net, takes a shot, but he whiffs on it. Grabbed by Marble. Marble coming in to try to grab that one, but grabbed up top, trying to pass it over to the near. Lee and Marble trying to get a hold of that one as it goes over to the far corner of Omaha. Evans lays a hit. Puck goes behind the net. Grabbed by the Fish. Sends it across to the far side. Walleye holding it on the wall. Hits by Evans. Gets the puck over to Elkins. Elkins trying to pass it across to Krinkla. Comes over to the near side. Krinkla gets it off the boards. Tries to take a shot as he's falling. Takes it across the far side corner and grabbed by the Walleye. Puck on the near side. Sails one across to the far. Grabbed by Bianchetti at the blue line. Sails it back behind the net of the Walleye. Minnesota grabs it behind the net. Takes that over the near. In the corner, trying to get it out. Stopped by Omaha. Up top as Marble was trying to take a shot, but they got a hold of it as he was shooting. Comes over to the near side, grabbed by the Walleye. Takes a shot, deflected by D'Augusto. Bianchetti comes in, pushes the man and the puck behind the net as Simard was going. Gets tripped up, and the Walleye draw a penalty. And Omaha now on the power play for 2 minutes with 9:24 left. Down by 1. Needing to capitalize on this power play. Busher, Krinkla, Evans, Lee, and Edwards coming out for Omaha. Far side of the Walleye. Evans deflects, picked up by Busher. Busher sends it up top, trying to hit Krinkla. Krinkla sends it across to Edwards. Edwards holds on to it for a minute, looking to pass, sets something up, comes up to the corner, sends it back to Edwards. Edwards across to Krinkla. Krinkla holds on to it, trying to get it off the boards to Busher. Busher holds on to it, but grabbed by the Fish. They're going to try to clear it. Edwards almost gets a hold of it with his hand. Comes over to the near side as Lee going after it. Grabbed by the Fish, deflected by D'Augusto to the far, grabbed by Evans. Evans passes it across, deflected by Busher. Busher to Krinkla, Krinkla to Busher across center, over to the near side. Forced into the wall, back behind the net, the puck goes. Grabbed by Lee. Lee trying to push it back to Evans. Evans sends it back up to Edwards. Edwards comes across to Krinkla. Takes a shot. Busher grabs it. Sends it up top again. Puck goes high, arcing into Omaha territory right at D'Augusto. D'Augusto kicking it back to Omaha. Right back over the Walleye on the far side of Omaha as Edwards trying to grab it. They force him behind the net. Over to the near side. Busher trying to get it. Gets a kick on it. Sends it behind to the far side. Edwards going into the far side corner of Omaha. Picked up by Evans. Sends it over to the near side. As the Fish trying to get it up top. Grabbed by Krinkla with the deflect. Sends it back over into their zone. They're going to try to get it cleared as they send it back in Omaha territory. Back behind the net. Grabbed by D'Augusto. Handed off to Edwards. Edwards to Severa. Severa on the far side trying to pass across. He's trying to hit Evans. Evans back to Severa. Couldn't quite get the clear, but they take it out of the Omaha zone. They're going to take it back into their territory. 30 seconds left on the power play for Omaha. In Fish territory, they got a snipe up top. And we go back over into their zone as the puck leaves the playing surface with 7:48 left. 24 seconds left on the power play for Omaha. Bianchetti, Simard, Severa, Westman, and Pruce in for Omaha. Puck deflected, comes up top, trying to hit Pruce. Picked up by Westman. Westman sends across. Omaha forced to reset. 18 seconds left on the power play. Pruce trying to take it in. Poke check to the far wall. Pass in front of the net. Puck's loose. Still loose in front of the net. Sends back. Westman gets it. Takes it. Shoots low. Deflected. Back behind the net. Picked up by the Fish. Comes off the net. Comes off the boards. Cut back in Omaha territory. Both teams now full strength. Pruce grabs it behind the Omaha net. Holds on to it. Hands off to Westman. Westman holds on, trying to hit Simard off the wall. Comes onto the near side. Omaha trying to get it cleared. Comes over to the near side. Goes back behind the net as Walleye comes in. Mishandles just behind him. Walleye trying to pass off the boards on the near side. As they're trying to hold on to it. Bianchetti stepping in trying to get it. Goes behind the net. They tried for a shot. Whiffs on that one though. As Severa trying to pull that one back. Couldn't quite get it. Comes over to the near side. Proust looks like he's going to get it cleared. Does. Gets it off the boards. But he's got a man on him right away. And they shovel it right back behind the Omaha net to the far side. It goes as Westman trying to get a stick on it. Grabbed by Severa. Trying to get it off the boards to Thomas. Goes back in behind the Omaha net to the near side. Picked up by Proust. Proust on the near side. Going to come out of the zone. Back into neutral. Trying to get a pass across Thomas. Does. Thomas on the near side corner. Goes back behind the net. Poke check, though. Grabbed by Walleye. Minnesota trying to bring it out of the zone now. Coming back onto the near side. Minnesota over to the far. He's going to send one high arcing at D'Augusto. Picked up on the near side by Edwards. Edwards going to bring it out of the zone back over to the near side. Back into their zone. He's going to bury it deep behind the net. And as he does, trying to get his own pass behind the net as Omaha was looking for a change. Puck coming back out of the zone. Lee going to get it in Omaha territory. Reached out to grab it but couldn't get it. Mishap, though, deflected back over to the near side. Thomas trying to get it now. They send it back in Omaha territory, but forced a reset as Elkins trying to push it out. Holder going after it on the far side. They're going to come back in Omaha territory as Holder was able to push it back over to the wall. And Omaha just needs possession at this point. Back over to the near side. It's been a hard battle. There's a lot of hits. Back over to the far side. Lee going after the far corner of Omaha. Passing across. Omaha trying to get possession now. Lee gets it in the far corner. Going to send one high arcing off the boards. Thomas knocks it down and gets the clear for Omaha. Elkins going after it in fish territory. Back into the fishbowl. Over to the near side. Picked up as the Walleye grab it in the corner. Looks like they're going to try to bring it out of the zone as they do. Comes back over neutral. Over to the far. Crinklaw staying on him. Westman helped forcing him into the wall behind the Omaha net as he tries to pass unsuccessfully and then shoots it behind, and D'Augusto covers on the rebound. 4:59 left in the period. Coming out for Omaha, we're going to have Evans on the drop, Busher, Crinklaw, Westman, and Marble. Puck drop comes over the near side. Westman trying to get it off the boards. Gets it off the boards, hand it over to Busher. Busher on the far side, takes it out of the zone. Back into fish territory on the far side. Walleye trying to hold on to it. Sends it back into the corner behind the net. Hands it off to Crinklaw. Crinklaw trying to get one to Evans. Back up top to Marble. Little bobble on it, but holds on to it. Comes over to the near side. Takes a shot low, deflected. Had a good opportunity there. Comes over, right idea. Back on the near side. Held on by Evans. Evans trying to get it off the boards. They're going to get it clear. Comes across as they had a breakaway attempt. Westman stays on him. Shot taken and snuck one in on that one. Right on the right-hand side of the goaltender. Omaha down 2-0. Change coming in as we get Bianchetti, Simard, Severa, Edwards, and Lee. 4:20 left in the period. Omaha down by 2. Puck deflected, picked up on the near side. As the Fish hold on to it in their territory. Send one up top. Edwards got a stick on it, but the Fish come over the near side. Simard pushing him into the near corner. Walleye trying to get over, but deflected by Lee. Comes up high by Edwards. Severa gets it cleared. Over into the Walleye territory, and Minnesota gets it in the near side corner. Takes it behind the net over to the far. Trying to pass across over to the near side again. Comes over the near as they're trying to send it off. Edwards almost got a stick on that one, but was able to slow him down. Picked up by Lee. Sends it over to the far side. Simard trying to get a hold of it as it goes back into the corner and picked up by the Walleye on the near side. Picked up as Lee dancing with it. Poke check over to the wall by the Walleye. Puck goes high arcing back into neutral. Picked up by Severa. Severa sends it across the near side to Edwards. Edwards taking it back to the near. He's going to bury that one deep behind the net. Goaltender trying to grab it. Goes over to the far side though. Picked up by Walleye, and the Minnesota going to bring it out of their zone. Back over in Omaha. Good stick by Lee. Holds on to it at the blue line of Omaha. He's going to bring it back across the blue line. Over to the near side in the corner. Hands it up top to Simard. Takes a shot wide right. I think they got a hold of that one. Back on the far as Bianchetti has 2 men on him, but holding him on the wall as Omaha's getting a change in this one. 2:51 left. Grabbed by Zach. Back into the wall behind the net over the far corner. Grabbed by the Walleye. Zach staying on him, but they're going to send that over to the near side. Samard going after it now. Staying on the man behind the net. Walleye holding on to it. Take it over the far left. Holding on to it, back over neutral territory. As Pruce poke checks behind the net. They're looking for a pass in front of the net. Had a man trying to sneak in, but mishandled that one and send it back into neutral. Comes over to the near side. Omaha trying to get that possession. Kicked back out again, grabbed right at neutral, and stopped again by Marble. Comes back over to the near side, takes a shot, deflected high by D'Augusto over the far side. Zach going after it now on the near. Check back over behind the net as D'Augusto stops that one. Comes over top, grabbed by Holder. He's going to keep it, sends that across to Elkins. Grabbed right at the blue line, though. Omaha trying to maintain that possession. 1:50 left in the period. Grabbed by Marble. Marble sails one across. Holds on to it, Pruce. Pruce across trying to hit Zach. On the boards. Comes over. Still, he kicks it out. Gets it over the blue line. And he's going to try to bury it deep, but grabbed right at the blue line by the Walleye. Walleye holding on to their territory, trying to get it back. They're going to try to bury it deep in Omaha territory. And icing called on the Walleye with 1:27 left in the period. Puck on the far. Walleye territory. If you're just joining us, Omaha trailing by 2. Puck drop goes up top, grabbed by Pruce. Pruce tries to take a shot, comes over to the near. Busher's taking a shot. Glove saved by the goaltender of the Walleye. Evans going to take drop again. Puck drop comes up, picked up by Busher. Busher trying to hit Marble, but he had a poke check on him. They're going to come back in Omaha territory. Takes a shot. Deflected by D'Augusto to the far. Deflected behind the net by D'Augusto on that one. Marble trying to get it, send it to Krinklaw. Krinklaw gets it over to Evans. Evans brings it out of the zone. Back into their area. Stopped right in front of the net, though, by one of the defensemen. Comes over to the near side, trying to get it off the boards. Deflected and grabbed by Bruce. Puck over to the far as Omaha knocks it down. And Omaha going to be called for high sticking on that one. Evans, I think, got that. 49 seconds left in the period. Coming back to the far side of Omaha. Puck drop over to the far side, up top. They take a slap shot, deflected, over to the near side. Picked up by the Walleye. Nope, check that. Lee gets it, brings it out of the zone. They kick it back in, grabbed by Edwards. Edwards bring it out of the Omaha territory, back into theirs. Comes over to the near side. Takes a shot, deflected. Krinklaw was almost there, but picked up by the Walleye. Takes it behind the Omaha net, 30 seconds left. Back over to the near side, picked up by the Walleye, coming out of the zone into neutral, into Omaha territory. Stopped as Busher was colliding on him with Krinklaw. Krinklaw gets a poke check, back into their territory, comes into their zone, comes in for a shot. Did he score that? Nope. I think the goaltender got that one. Goes back behind, deflected by the goaltender over to the far side. Krinklaw holds on to it on the near. 1 second left, takes a shot on the far, and that's the end of the first period. A lot of skating happening here. So we go second period half, and then they'll clean the ice. A little different. Coach is talking to the boys right now. Going to take a quick break for my voice, and I'll be right back. All right, start of the second period. Omaha down by 2. Coming out, Severa, Bianchetti, Simard, Lee, and Edwards. Puck deflected, comes over to the near side. Severa and Lee going after it. Back in Omaha, near side territory. D'Augusto kicking it back to the far side, trying to hit Simard. Simard gets it to Bianchetti. Bianchetti coming back into the Fish territory, back on the far side, behind the net. Comes over to the near side. Walleye trying to get it in the near corner. As Bianchetti laying a hit, trying to get it to Severa. Severa trying to push it back, but grabbed by the Fish, bring it back into Omaha territory. Simard and Lee colliding on him, though, forcing him to the near corner. Back behind the net of Omaha, and it comes back over to the near side. He's going to try to pass it in front of the net. Deflected. I think Bianchetti got that one. Nope, check that. Lee got it. I saw the 5. Back on the near side. Still in Omaha territory, passing it in front of the net. Deflected. So Omaha got a hold of it. Simard got it. And Severa going after it. Back on the far side of the Walleye. Severa's trying to stay on. Omaha was trying to get a line change. Comes over to the near side. Deflected. Simard and Bianchetti collide on him behind the net. Back over to the far side. Goes up top. Severa trying to get a stick on that one. Got a poke check in. Shot taken. Deflected by D'Augusto over the far side. Off the wall. They're going to try another one. Grabbed and kicked by Simard. Picked up by Preuss. Preuss trying to take it out of the zone. As he does, he goes over the far side. On the wall. Got a man on him. Trying to grab it. Deflected over to the far. Grabbed by the Walleye over in Omaha territory. Trying to pass in front of the net. Deflected by Westman. Over to the far near side. Near side. And grabbed by the Walleye on the wall as Westman staying on him. Back over, center ice. Across to the far. Deflected by D'Augusto over the near side. Goes back center. Tries a shot. Deflected. Stopped by D'Augusto. Goes over to the far side. Preuss trying to send one high. Getting some help from Elkins over to Simard. Simard gets it cleared. Sends it back at the goaltender, who's forced to cover. Back in Walleye territory. Walleye on the near side. Pass it behind the net. Thomas trying to run some interference as it goes to the far side. Picked up by the Walleye. Trying to bring it out. Passes across ice over. Little mishandle on that one. Goes in the board and forced to try to reset some play. As it goes over to the far side. He gets it cleared over to the near. Back in Omaha territory. Westman trying to stay on him. Deflects. Puck deflected by D'Augusto. Comes over to the near side. Thomas trying to get it cleared. Brings it over the near. Sails one across at the goaltender, who's forced to cover it. 5:57 left in the half. Back on the Walleye side of the ice. Change coming out for Omaha. Zach Elkins, Holder, Westman, and Preuss. Walleye trying to bring it out of the zone, goes over to the near side of Omaha. Preuss going after it, grabs it, takes it behind the Omaha net, trying to sail it back over to the near side. Gets it off the boards. Omaha gets the clear. Holder trying to grab it. Comes over, picked up by Zach. Zach sends an arcing one back behind the net to the Walleye territory as Omaha was getting a change in. Elkins trying to send it back. Deflected by the Walleye over to the far wall. Krinklaw trying to grab it. Couldn't quite hold on to it as it goes to the far side. Westman going after it center. Picked up by Preuss in Omaha territory. Got a poke check man on him. Goes behind the net. Nice job by D'Augusto. Stick to the far corner. Stood up by Zach, comes over to the near side. As the Walleye trying to do something, Ian goes hard into the wall on that one. Back behind the net is Westman staying on him. As they deflect and a stop cover by D'Augusto. .503 left in the period. Change coming in. Evans, Lee, Edwards. Krinklaw and Busher. Evans kicking it over to the far side to Busher. Busher sends it back, trying to hit Edwards. Comes over to the near side. Up against the wall. Omaha trying to get all of his. Lee was battling that one. Pushed it back into the corner. Comes up to the near side. Busher trying to get a stick on it. Comes in to take a shot. Deflects to the far. Omaha was trying to get all that one. Covered by D'Augusto again on that one. 4:44 left in the period. Half, I should say. Far side Omaha. Evans trying to kick it back. Picked up top, mishandled, but goes over the blue line. Forces a reset for the Walleye. Walleye in their own territory. Back across center. Trying to kick. Grabbed by Crinklaw. Got a stick on it. Goes high. Busher grabs it. He's going to bring it back into Walleye territory on the far. Holds on to it, slowing it down a little bit. Back into the far corner. Crinklaw going after it. They kick it over behind the net on the near side. Comes up top. As Lee staying on him, forces him to pass it off the glass to a man coming in. He's going to take a shot, deflected by D'Augusto. And again deflected by D'Augusto. Comes over to the near side. Deflected behind the net to the far as Edwards going after it. On the wall. Omaha trying to get it. Back off the wall again. Omaha got the clear. Back over the blue line. Comes over to the near. Busher going after it. Comes off the boards. Lee trying to get it cleared. Does again. Grabbed by the Walleye again, and they're going to send it deep into Omaha territory. Grabbed again by Lee. Lee trying to hit Evans. Comes out as Crinklaw grabs it. Back into their territory. Grabbed by Severa. Takes a shot. Deflected by the goaltender near side. Sends one high, arcing. Oh, Evans almost had that one. Goes over to the far side. Poke check by Lee to the far. Grabbed by Crinklaw. Takes a shot. Deflected over to the near side. Wide left. Nice hit by Evans. Puts him in the glass on that one. Over to the far side. Picked up by Walleye. Takes a shot. Deflected by D'Augusto near side. Comes up top again. Over to the near side. Severa picks it up. And a little fight happening here. First hit was on them, but I think the retaliation hurt Omaha on that one. So we offsetting, and it looks like we may have an ejection for fighting. I'm not sure. Waiting for official. So Omaha has one man. And I don't know if Crinklaw might be out. I'm not sure what's going on there. Puck deflected, comes over to near side. Both teams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both teams still full strength, so it was offsetting penalties by the looks of it. No, check that. Omaha is up a man for now, for 2 minutes. Puck across to the far side, grabbed by Edwards. Edwards trying to hold on to it. Goes over to the near side. Picked up by Simard. So Omaha still in the power play for a minute 40. Sends one across, and the stick goes flying. Interference called. Let's call it interference. Coach wondering what's going on because it looked like he just hit the stick, but the kid's stick went flying. So Evans going into the bin. Kinder not liking that call. And now it's even strength, 4-4. Puck deflected over to the far side, picked up by the Walleye. Walleye going to flounder with it on the blue line, comes over to the near side. I'm going to get as many fist jokes in as I can today. Back over to the far corner. Busher trying to get a hold of it, comes over to the far up top, picked up by the Walleye. Walleye across. Grabbed right away by Busher. Nice grab by Busher. Good stick as Omaha gets the clear, but grabbed right back by the Walleye. Sends it over to the far side. Comes across, trying to get in front of the net. Deflected by D'Augusto over to the near side. Nice job by Vinny across as it goes. It takes a shot. Stopped by D'Augusto on that one. Stop a play as Vinny covers it. Omaha's going to get a quick change in, it looks like. 57 seconds left on the 4v4. Then Omaha will be down a man. Puck deflected, comes in front of the net, deflected. I think Westman got all of that one. Simard picks it up, takes it into their zone. Goes over to the far side, in the corner. Got a man on him, though. Holds him up in the corner. Bianchetti coming in to assist. Got another man on him. Bianchetti and Simard battling it nicely in the corner with 40 seconds left on the even strength. Picked up by the Fish and brings it over to the near side. Going to get it clear. Back into neutral territory. Bringing it across center ice. And grabbed by Pruce. Deflected. And they're going to get Omaha called for slashing? I'm sorry, Bianchetti is. So a 3v4 scenario. Not really sure. Yeah. Anyway, back over to the far side, picked up. Omaha trying to stay on it. Goes over the far, grabbed. Deflected as Marble trying to send it to the far wall. Grabbed up top by the Fish, brings it over the near side. 14 seconds left on the 4-man for the Fish. It sent it across as Walleye going after it. Marble trying to get behind that. He tried to shovel that in. Good job by blocking that by D'Augusto. Puck up top, held on by them. 2 seconds left. And now full strength by the... And a good clear there. I think Marble got all that one, or Bobby got all of that one and cleared it. Sent right at the goaltender. Grabbed by the Walleye. Sends it deep into Omaha territory, or trying to send it to Omaha territory. 11 seconds left on the 4v5, or 3v5. And it'll be 4v5. Back over to the near side. 50 seconds left on the half. Deflected over to the far corner. Omaha gains a man. 4v5. As Evans comes in, surprises him from behind, deflects over to the far side. 1 minute left on the penalty, but 36 seconds left on the PK. Oh, sorry, on the half, I should say. Back over to the near side. Grabbed as they're passing front to the far. Omaha's still trying to block any passing they have. Deflected over to the near side, 20 seconds left. Over to the near, Omaha gets it cleared. Back over into the Walleye territory. Goaltender going to grab it, send it up top to the near. They're going to hold it in their territory. 12 seconds left in the period half before ice cleaning. Deflected again. Omaha gets another clear. Goaltender holds on to it. And 2-1. And that'll be the end of the half of second period, so they can clean the ice. So we'll take a quick break here as we go for intermission, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Second half. Gonna start this half down a man for 21 seconds. Coming out for Omaha. Looks like we're gonna have Elkins, Edwards, Lee, and Thomas. Puck deflected back into the Walleye territory. Walleye's gonna hold on to it. We're gonna set something up with 15 seconds left on the Omaha penalty kill. Back to the far side in Omaha territory. 9 seconds left on the PK. Shot taken, deflected by D'Augusto. Got his stick on that one, goes behind the net. Edwards trying to get hold of it. They deflect over to the near side. D'Augusto got that pad stop too. Goes to the far side. Omaha coming back. His Holder coming in. Back deflected behind the net. Over to the near side. Comes up top. Shot temp, but it's deflected to the far side. Inadvertently cleared. And now Walleye's forced to reset in their own territory. His Holder trying to stay on him and run some interference. Trying to bring it back over the net. Comes over to the near side. Edwards with a good stop. Lee trying to clear it. Deflected though, as it ricochets off one of the players' skates. Lee's getting it behind the net. Trying to pass back behind to the near side to Thomas. Solomon trying to get that one over the blue line. Couldn't quite cover it, but gets some assistance there as Omaha gets the clear from Elkins. Comes over to the near side. Elkins deflects. Thomas trying to get a stick on it. Comes in front. He gets tripped up though. Comes over to the near side. Omaha now full strength. Should have said that. Lee takes a shot. Deflected by the goaltender over to the near side. Thomas trying to stay on it as it goes behind the net. Walleye trying to pick it up. Elkins laying a hit. Comes over. Stolen up. He's lost sight of it though. Right by his skate there. Comes over to the near side. As Krinklaw back in from his penalty. Comes over to the near side. Grabbed by Lee. Tries to take a shot. Deflected by one of the defensemen. Goes over to the far side. Krinklaw kicks it back into the far corner behind the net as it comes over to the near side. Picked up by Lee. Got a man on him. Stays in the corner getting some assistance from Thomas. Thomas trying to pass in front of the net. Almost got Evans there, but poke check by one of the defensemen. Comes over to the near side. Krinklaw stepping in trying to get it. Picked up as Evans trying to grab it. And they poke it right back, and they're trying to get a clear. Sails it across. Proust got his stick on it. Couldn't maintain. Grabbed by one of the other Walleye players, but he forces him over to the near side. Still on the near side of Omaha. Back to the far. Takes a shot deflected by D'Augusto over the far side. Proust trying to get it. Off the boards. Cleared. Krinklaw gets it off. Omaha gets a clear. Comes over. Back into the Walleye territory as he does. Busher trying to grab it for Omaha. Grabs it behind the net to the far side. Sails one back behind trying to hit Evans. Evans trying to lay ahead as it's in the far corner. Getting some help as Busher stepping in. They're trying to pass it across to Proust. Proust trying to get it. Takes a shot, deflected, grabbed by one of the defensemen, comes up top to the near side. Deflected high as Marble got his stick on it. Inadvertently, though, goes right in, and they score that one. Omaha down 3-0 against the Walleye. Change of line coming out is Bianchetti, Simard, Westman, Severa, and Marble out for Omaha. Puck deflected, comes up to the near side. On the wall. Back to the near corner. Westman going after behind the Omaha net. Takes it over to the far side. Trying to get off the wall, Simard. Ricochets off. Omaha gets it cleared. Picked up by Bianchetti. Bianchetti bringing into their territory. Holding on. It gets to Severa. Severa takes a shot deflected by the goaltender. Good attempt there. Goes over to the far side. Bianchetti battling it against the wall. Getting some help as Simard trying to get it. Gets it behind the net. Got a man on him, though. Going to push him over to the near side. Held on by Minnesota. Brings it out of the territory. Back over to the near side. Deep in Omaha territory behind the net. It looks like icing going to be called on Minnesota over that one. Back over near side of Walleye. Bianchetti going to take drop. No change up front or in the D. Puck grab by Minnesota on the near side. Bianchetti come in, almost had a shot. Lost it with the poke check. Over to the far side, grab by Minnesota, over to Omaha territory. Marble with a poke check, pushing that one over. Goes back into their territory. They're going to try to get that as the Simard running in some interference, staying on him as they take it behind their own net. Walleye on the near side. Sends one across, had a good pass, but couldn't hold on to it. Grabbed by Marble. Marble sending it back, trying to hit Simard. Grabbed by the defense of the Walleye on the near side now, taking it. Omaha staying on it. Sarah, little pile up there. Shot taken by Bianchetti, deflected by the goaltender to the far side. They're going to get a good backwards pass, send one over. Omaha side, deflected near side. D'Augusto with another deflection over to the far. Grabbed by Simard, trying to pass it across, trying to hit Severa. Severa going to take it off the boards into their territory. Comes in, trying to pass it. Grabbed by the goaltender, and he's forced to cover it. .409 left in the period. Omaha trailing by 3. Elkins again going to take drop for Omaha. Joined by Holder and Zach. Puck deflected as it goes over the blue line, over to the far. Edwards trying to go after it, as is Lee. Back into Omaha territory. Over to the far corner. Held on by the fish. Deflected by D'Augusto to the far side. Grabbed by Holder. Holder takes one, sends it over the blue line. Clears it for Omaha. As Elkins trying to get a hold of it. Goes behind the net over the near side. Holder couldn't quite get a stick on that one. Deflected by Lee at the blue line. Grabbed by the fish and take it over behind the Omaha net. Walleye trying to grab it. Sends that back behind. Grabbed by Elkins. On the far side. Goes high off the glass. Still on the far wall. It's Holder trying to get a hold of it now. Zach trying to get it cleared. Does. Grabbed by the Walleye. Takes it right back in Omaha territory. On the far side. As Lee gets a stick behind him. And a glove save by D'Augusto. Keeps one out of the net. 3:16 left in the period. Second period, Omaha down by 3. Change coming out. Busher, Crinklaw, Bruce, Evans, and Westman. Puck drop comes over to the near corner of Omaha. Sent back behind the net, grabbed by Bruce. Bruce trying to shovel it and covered by D'Augusto as he's diving on that one. Oh, sorry, that's Williams? Did they change it? Oh, they switched it at half. Didn't realize that. Williams is out now, so. My bad. Puck deflected over in the corner. Goes back behind the net. By Bruce. Comes over to the near side. Back into Walleye territory. Icing called on Omaha. Near side Omaha. 2:53 left in the period. Puck drop comes over to the near side. Evans trying to get it. Goes out behind the net. Now Westman trying to get it on the near side, far side. Shot taken, deflected by Williams over to the near. Sends up top to Busher. Busher going to hold on to it for a minute. He's going to clear it. Gets it over to the near side to Bruce. Bruce trying to bring it out of into their zone. Deflected back. Sails one across. Evan got a stick on it. Deflects on the far in neutral. Grabbed by the Walleye. Sends one back into their own territory. Going to take it back over the blue. Right at the blue line. Going to bury it deep in Omaha territory. Back behind the net it goes. Picked up by Bruce on the near side. Trying to get it off the corner in the near side. Over to Busher. Deflected. Goes wide to the far side. Grabbed by the Walleye. Takes a shot. Covered by Williams. Change in the line coming out. Simard, Bianchetti, Severa, Edwards, and Lee. Puck drop onto the far side, grabbed by Severa. Sends it back in the corner. Omaha trying to get it cleared. Severa staying on him, but couldn't hold on to it at the blue line. Takes a shot wide left. Goes on to the near side. Severa trying to hold on to it for Omaha. Sends it over to the near. They take a shot, deflected. Far side. Bianchetti trying to stay on him. Gets picked up by Lee. Lee off the boards trying to hit Severa. Severa couldn't quite reach out and grab it, though. They clear it back again. As it's grabbed, Omaha trying to hold on to it, forces a reset. Back over again as Simard forces it over to the near side of the Walleye. Near side corner, Simard trying to stay on it. Got 2 men on him, though. Bianchetti takes a pass, trying to get that Severa. Shot taken by Edwards, deflected. Goaltender got that one. Back over to the far side. Sevra trying to stay on him. They go back in Omaha territory. Goes behind the net. Picked up by Lee. Is he going to sail one across as he's trying to hit Simard? Simard was just behind the puck on that one. Good attempt, though, on the breakaway. 1:11 left in the half of period 2. Back over to Omaha territory, near side. Puck deflected over to the near. Omaha trying to get a hold on the wall. Comes up top, goes center, going in for a shot, deflected behind the net. Comes over to the near side. Bianchetti going after it, as is Sevra. Puck goes high, arcing. Picked up by the Walleye. 1 minute left in the period. On the near side, Omaha trying to get it out, does. Comes over to the near on the wall. As Lee hit him. Bianchetti coming out with the puck, comes over to the near side. Poke check, though, as Lee takes a shot. Picked up by Simard, takes another shot, deflected by the goaltender. Lee coming in, slap shot again, deflected. Goaltender got that one again, comes over near. Bianchetti trying to grab it. Picked up by Lee again, shot taken again. Good tip, drill attempt, but it goes into the safety net, high. 30 seconds left in the period. Change on the line coming out. Holder, Zach, Thomas. Oh, Elkins, Thomas, sorry, not Zach. Pruce and Marble. Elkins taking drop, kicks it back. Thomas takes a shot. I think he got Holder in the back on that one. Puck deflected back over to the Omaha side. Pruce going after it, gets it. Takes it on the far, gets it off the boards, or attempts to. Couldn't quite hold on to it, goes back in the far corner. Held on by Pruce. Takes it behind the Omaha net. 12 seconds left in the period. Comes up top, gets it off the boards, trying to ricochet off, and I think it actually hit the ceiling on that one. 7 seconds left in the period. Elkins taking the drop, goes back over to the near side. Deflected by Williams on that one. Comes in for a shot, 2 seconds left. Far side corner, and that's the end of the second period. Omaha trailing by 3. Going to have a quick minute break, and then we'll switch it up again. All right, Evans taking the drop, takes it back across to the far side. Crinklaw going after it. Comes over to near. Walleyes hold on to it in neutral. Getting a battle on the near side as Marble is trying to get it. Gets it to Evans. Sails one across, hitting Busher. Busher going across the red line back over in their territory, but they hit him. Separated the man for the puck as it goes behind the net. Picked up by the Walleye on the near side. Crinklaw trying to run some interference. Omaha trying to get it in the near side corner. Crinklaw gets it, trying to pass in front of the net as it's ricocheted up high. Omaha trying to go back into their own zone as Pruce trying to get it in the near corner. Got a man on him right from behind. Inadvertently passed in front of the net, and they knocked one in, and Omaha down by 4. Inadvertently passed that one right in front of the net as he was trying to pass it behind. and they got a hold of it. So Omaha trailing by 4, just looking to get on the board at this point. 16-24 left in the game. Bianchetti going to take drop. Back to the far side. Picked up in the fishbowl. Fish going to bring it out of the zone. Back to the far side as Lee trying to get a stick on it. Back to the far, deflected by Williams over to the near side. Samard lays a nice hit on him, keeps him on the boards as Bianchetti comes in to assist. Holds on to it. Trying to push it out, he does. Brings it over to the near side. Comes over to the near corner of the Walleye. Walleye take it over to the far side, trying to hold on. As they do, Lee steps up on the wall, holds on to it for Omaha, pushes it back in the corner behind the net. Picked up by the Walleye and sail it back over to the far corner. Walleye get it cleared back over neutral into Omaha territory. Trying to get it as Edwards got a stick on it, forces it over to the far side. Samard pushes it back out, helps neutralize it for Omaha as it goes back over to the near side. And they pass it again, comes across the blue line into neutral territory. On the near of Omaha, Edwards running some interference, forces him into the near corner. Lays a nice hit on him on that one, goes over behind the net. Picked up by Lee, trying to get off the boards, gets the clear, and forces it back into their territory. Goaltender trying to get a clear. Samard was almost there. Comes back out as Thomas trying to get a stick on it. Picked up, comes over to the near side. Off the wall, Thomas trying to hold on to it. 15 minutes left in the game. Omaha just wanting to get on the board at this point. Deflects over the board, over the blue line, back into Fish territory, behind the net. Walleye trying to get all of it. Comes over to the near side. Sails one across. Come back over to neutral. Back to the far side. Westman staying on him, forcing him into the corner. Staying on, trying to force it behind. Comes over to the near side, deflected. Williams trying to get a hold of that one as it goes over. Elkins trying to get a hold of it. Back over to the near side. Bruce trying to stay on him now. Takes a shot, deflected by Williams, comes over to the near side. Goes back into the corner, passes in front, deflected again, high left. Behind the net it goes, deflected by Williams on that one. Back to the far side. Deflected again by Williams over to the near side. Thomas going after it. He's trying to stay on him, forces it up top, takes a shot, stopped by Elkins, got him in the skate. Taking this one out of the territory, back over into their zone. Takes a shot high, hits the ceiling. 14:01 left in the game. Back in Walleye territory, Minnesota. Looks like they only got 4 skaters right now. And a backup goalie. Playing well. Puck deflected up top. Grabbed by Busher. Busher sends it back to Preuss. Preuss back into the near corner. Busher trying to send it back again. Evans takes it, trying to get it behind the net. Westman trying to get it off the boards. Krinklaw stepping up, trying to grab it. Grabbed again, though. Preuss sends it back over the blue line. Grabbed by the Walleye, trying to get a pass across into Omaha territory. Comes over to the near side. Grabbed by Westman. Westman looking to pass off the boards, gets it across. Hits Busher. Busher trying to get it across, trying to get it Krinklaw. Krinklaw clears it. Grabbed by Walleye. Krinklaw gets it, pushes it back into Walleye territory. Defense and grabs it for the Walleye, trying to sail it across to the near side. Evans trying to grab it now. They get a pass off the boards. Over to the near side, off the boards again. Bruce trying to get it with Evans. They bury it deep into their territory. Comes back around. Grabbed by the Walleye. Grabbed by Evans, right at center, but couldn't hold on to it. Grabbed by the Walleye again, brings it over to the near side. Snags it, and a shot taken, goes high above the net by Williams over to the far side. Bruce trying to get it as long as Evans. Back to the far, knocks it down. Back and forth, a little tennis action right there on the wall. They sell it over the near side at neutral in Omaha territory. 12:40. Clicking down on the clock. Sends it over to the far side. Picked up by Walleye, deflects, grabbed by Westman. Off the boards on the near side. Evans at the red line, trying to bury it deep into the corner. Picked up the Fish across the on their territory. They're going to hold on to it. Try to sail one across. Sends it over to the near side. Westman going after it. Behind the net. He's going to grab it behind the Omaha net onto the far side corner. Got a man on him, though. getting some assistance on the near side from Evans. Comes over the near. Crinklaw trying to hold on to it. Goes behind the net over the near side, picked up by Preuss. Preuss is going to pass it to himself behind. Gets one off the boards, clears it. Picked up right at the red line, though, by the defenseman for the Walleye. Walleye on the far side. Kicks it over the near. Ricochets back into their own territory. Walleye get it in the near side. Omaha was getting a change in. Coming onto the near side of Omaha. Edwards stops him at the red line. Grabs the puck. Buries it deep. He's going to go after his own pass in the corner. Takes it behind the net. Holds on to it. Got a man on him. Bianchetti trying to step and gets it. Simard takes a shot. Deflected by the goaltender back into the corner. Simard trying to get it. On the far side. Picked up top is Lee trying to take a shot. Deflected over to the near. Edwards going after it. Check that goes behind the net. Picked up by the Walleye on the far side on the boards. As Lee trying to step, Severa trying to step in to grab it. Severa onto the far side. Sends it back to Lee. Lee couldn't quite get the pass. Comes over to the near side. Holds on to it on the far wall. Going to dance over it. Comes over. Bianchetti gets it back over. Lee going after it behind the net. Comes up to the near side. Looking to pass. Trying to pass that one to Simard. Couldn't quite connect. Severa comes in. Takes a shot. Deflected by the goaltender to the near side corner. Edwards going after it. Gets it on the ball. Or gets it on the wall. Goes high. Bounces to the far side corner. Severa trying to stay on him. Bianchetti coming in to assist. Little battle on the wall there with 10:30 left. Comes out, takes a shot, deflected by the goaltender to the near side. Picked up by Edwards, kicks it into the boards as he's hit. Goes over the far side corner. Severa trying to get a stick on it. Bianchetti in the far side, trying to hold on to it. As the Fish grab it, and looks like they're going to come out of their zone. Check that, little poke check there, kept it in play. Comes back out of the zone now into the near side of Omaha. Comes over, trying to dance with it. Nice back check there by Bianchetti and a stop by Williams. Another stop by Williams. Goes behind the net, picked up by Lee. Brings it over the near side. Simard trying to get it. Picked up by Lee again. Holds onto it at the boards. Got a man on him though. Pulls it over, back over the blue line. Comes over to the near side of Omaha. He's going to hold on to it. 9:44 left. Grabbed by Bianchetti. Bianchetti is going to get it cleared. Sails one at the red line. Back across. As Ian trying to get a hold of it. Comes over to the near side. Grabbed by Walleye. Comes over to the near. Sails one back at Williams. Deflects to the far side. Preuss there to get it. Preuss going to get it off the board. Sends one high, arcing over the blue line. As Zach trying to go after it. They kick it back over and going to bury one deep. Almost takes off the head of the referee. Grabbed by Marble, trying to send it back. Preuss going after it as the puck goes high. Stop a play, 9:11 left in the game. Omaha wanting to get on the board. Puck deflected back. Deflected by Marble. As it goes over. Elkins was trying to get a hold of that one. Marble gets it behind the net. Comes up top, hits it. Holder trying to push it out. Getting some help from Elkins as he was reaching out, but they get it up top again. Comes in for a shot. Deflected over the near side. Picked up by Holder, trying to get it off the boards again. Trying to get the clear. Gets Holder, still battling it. Gets it cleared, but picked up at the red line by the Walleye. Holder staying with him. Comes over, gets it over the blue line, neutral territory, back to the near. Marble going after it in Omaha territory behind the net. Check that. Preuss is going to grab it. Preuss got two men on him, though. Sends it over to the far side, picked up by Ian. Ian trying to get a pass to, Elkins comes over to the near side. Holder trying to get it back again. They're going to take a shot, deflected. I think Elkins got that one. Sends it back, Preuss grabs it. Preuss holding on to it for Omaha. Looks like he's going to bring it out of the zone. Takes it to the red line, is going to bury it at the goaltender. Deflected over to the near side. Omaha's going to get a change on this one. Crinklaw, Busher come in. Got Marble and Preuss. And a hit laid. It looks like Preuss is going in for cross-checking on that one. Omaha down a man for 2 minutes. Exactly 8 minutes left in the period. Back over to the Omaha side with a penalty kill for 2 minutes. Busher going to take drop. Kicks it up. Grabbed by the Walleye takes a shot. Hit the crossbar on that one. Goes high to the far side. Couldn't hold on to it. Forced a reset for the Walleye as it flops over the red line. Walleye send it up top to the near. Trying to kick that one forward. Picked up by Lee. Sends it over to the near side. Buries it deep in Walleye territory. 1:36 left on the PK. Grab by the Walleye on the far side. Brings it up top. Out of the zone. Cross neutral into Omaha territory. Comes in. Poke check as Lee holds on to it for Omaha. Onto the near side. Sends it behind the Omaha net. To the far. Tries to take a shot. Good block there by Williams. Still on the near side, holding on to it in Omaha territory. 1:13 left on the PK. To the far side, Busher trying to deflect, comes over to the near side. They're trying to hold on to it. Still holding on, trying to skate in front of the net, battle in front of the net. Picked up as Busher sails it back at the goaltender. 1 minute left on the PK. Grabbed by the goaltender. Picked up by the Walleye. Comes over to the near side, deflected to the far. Pass in at center. Comes over to Omaha territory. Omaha ends up and draws a penalty as they collided on him, inadvertently tripped him up on that one. Omaha is going to get called for tripping on that. 3v5 for another 39 seconds. Out for Omaha. Edwards, Marble, and Evans. Evans going to take drop on the face-off. Puck to the far side. Marble trying to kick it out. Picked up by the Walleye. Comes up top. Walleye sends it across to the far. Holding on to it. Kicks it across. Grabbed. Stick by Edwards. Edwards holding on to it. Trying to get it clear. Comes over to the near side. Stopped there by Williams as it goes over the near. Omaha trying to push it out. Evans pushing it over the blue line. Oh, that went over. Referee didn't call it, but that did go over. Gets over to the near side. 10 seconds left on the first PK. Held on by the Walleye. Goes over to the far side. Deflected behind the net. Edwards trying to hold on to it. Edwards in the corner. Omaha gets a man. Comes over to the near side. Puck up top. Held on by the Walleye. Bruce in to the far. Tried a shot. Whiffs on it, though. Comes over to the near side. Evans going to take it out of the zone. Back across into Walleye territory. They get a poke check and hold on at the blue line, though. Sending one across back over to the far side. Back in Omaha territory as they're trying to collide on him. And a good cover by Williams keeps it out. Omaha still on the PK for another 58 seconds. Marble, Thomas, Samard, and Pruce out for Omaha. Thomas is going to take drop to the far side. Pruce trying to step in to grab it. Gets it to Marble. Marble takes it behind the net. Just needing to clear it. Comes over. Samard trying to get it. Marble holds on to it. Sends one across to Thomas. Thomas ices it as it clears. Goes out into the... Just got that one as it ricochets off. 42 seconds left on the PK. We're going to be back on Omaha side because he couldn't ice it, and then the puck got stuck under the bench. Puck dropped to the far side. Samara was trying to get it. Deflected behind the net over the near side. 39 seconds left on the PK. Puck on the near. Back behind. Deflected to the far. Thomas got his stick on that one. Omaha clears it. Bruce sails that back at the goaltender. Samard trying to stay with him. They take it over the far side. Thomas gets a stick on it, but couldn't hold on to it. Goes over the far side. Back in Omaha territory. Takes a shot, deflected over the near. 14 seconds left on that PK. As Marble draws the penalty. And Omaha now even strength with 4v4 for 9 seconds. And then the power play. Back over into Walleye territory. Edwards, Lee, Busher, Evans, In for Omaha for 9 seconds. Puck deflected. Evans gets it over to Busher. Busher to Lee. Lee sends it across to Edwards. Edwards holding on to it. Takes a shot deflected by the goaltender. To the far side. Grabbed by the Walleye. Trying to get a clear. As he does, Lee takes it back into their zone. Holds on to it. Takes a shot deflected by the goaltender. Goes behind the net to the near side. Edwards trying to get a hold on it. Couldn't get it as Krinklaw comes in. Omaha now full strength. Power play for another minute 35. Picked up by Krinklaw, trying to pass it to Busher. Busher holding on to it at neutral. Going to bring it back into Omaha's zone. Looking to pass. Gets that one to Edwards. Edwards back to Krinklaw. Krinklaw pulls it back, couldn't hold on to it. Grabbed by them. Takes a shot off the bar over to the near side. Edwards trying to stay on him. As Omaha trying to clear it now. Still holding on to it on the near side with another minute left on the PK. Grabbed by Busher. Busher sends one across to the far side, trying to hit Evans. Does. Gets him on the boards. In the corner. Passes it over to Krinklaw. Krinklaw gets the pass to Evans. Evans bringing out of the zone. Severa in. As he was jumping in, Evans goes across, back over the blue line. Lee laying a nice little hit as it goes in front of the net. Grabbed by the Fish. Holds on to it at the blue line. Goes high. Back in Omaha territory. Williams gets it. Holds on to it. Gives it to Severa. Severa on the far side corner. Comes behind the net. Over to the near side. Gets it up, over, hits Krinklaw. Krinklaw trying to get it over the blue line. Gets it over to Severa. Severa sailing one across to Evans. 29 seconds left on the power play. Back behind the net, over to the near side. Evans trying to go after it. Sends it over to the far. Preuss going after it. Steps up, gets a stick on it, keeps it on the boards. Preuss skating behind the net, trying to pass in front. Deflected, picked up by the Walleye. 10 seconds left on the PK. Back over to Omaha territory. Walleyes have a breakaway. Elkins trying to dive in. Deflected by Williams. Picked up by Preuss. Nice job by Williams on that one. Preuss trying to get it off the boards. Does. Trying to get that to Krinklaw. Back into Walleye territory. Both teams now full strength. Comes over behind the net as they try to pass it out. Comes over to the near side. Picked up by Preuss. Preuss looking to pass it, gets it off, trying to hit Krinklaw. Simard. Simard going to bring it back into their zone to the far side. In the corner, Simard trying to battle. They got 2 men on it, comes over behind the net. 2:18 left in the game. Comes back over to the far side. They're going to get it clear as it ricochets off one of the players' skates in Omaha territory. Comes over behind the net. Westman going after it behind the net. Preuss Pickett trying to go after it now on the far side corner. As Bianchetti lays a hit on one of the players, gets it to Severa. Severa looking to pass. Check that. Couldn't quite pass it. Gets it over to Bianchetti. Bianchetti trying to pass it now. Hits Simard. Simard to Severa. Severa taking it into their zone. Comes in to take a shot. Deflected. Comes over to the near side. 1:44 left in the game. Puck on the far side. Grabbed by the Fish again. Comes over to the near side. Westman trying to hold on to it. Loses sight though. It's right behind him. Severa trying to get it. Goes into the near corner. Westman going after it now in the corner again. Over behind the net. Passes in front of the net. And a good glove save by Williams. Keeps it out. 1:26 left in the game. Change on the lineup coming out is we're going to have Holder, Zach, Thomas, Marble, and Edwards. Zach going to take drop. Puck deflected back, picked up by Marble. Marble gets it off the glass, trying to send it high. Holder going after it, down to the near side. Picked up by Zach. Zach sending it back to Holder. Goes over the blue line into Walleye territory. They're going to flip one high. Marble going after it. Couldn't quite handle it, though, as it comes over the near side. Puck goes over, picked up by the Walleye. 1:06 left. Shot taken high right. Goes back behind the net. Inadvertently cleared it. Forces the reset on the Walleye. Walleye take it back into their own zone. Sending one back to the red line. Holds on to it, passes along the red line, keeps it on the near side, goes back in Omaha territory. Marble got a stick on it to poke check over to the near side. Holder going after it. Keeps him in the boards, picked up by Zach, takes it behind the net to the far side. 45 seconds left in the game. Picked up by the Walleye, comes over to the near side up top, holds on to it, passes it across, stick by Holder. Tried to intercept the pass. Omaha hasn't gotten the possession they wanted on that one. 30 seconds left in the game to the far side. Edwards going after it now. Far side, trying to get the clear. Gets it cleared, but grabbed right away at the red line by the Walleye. Walleye back in Omaha. Stopped by Williams, loses sight of it, but came forward. Marble trying to get it onto the near side, gets it off the boards. Crinklaw going after it on the near side. Icing probably called on Omaha as it is with 11 seconds left in the period. .11 seconds left, Omaha just trying to get out of the game at this point. Puck drop, kicks over to the far side. Marble going after it. Keeps it on the far, 7 seconds left. Marble battling on the far side. As he does, Busher was trying to reach in and get it. Stopped by Edwards, trying to kick it out, and that's the end. That's the end of the weekend, folks. So we'll see everybody next weekend from Omaha. Thanks, everybody, for joining me this weekend. We'll see everybody here. Drive safe and have a good rest of your weekend.